lot of horns, man. Double time on the horns, you know what I mean?
Give him something fresh.
Yeah, something fresh, funky fresh, dressed to impress, ready to party. Feel you. Ladies and gentlemen, you know what you're tuning into. This is the No Pyro Podcast, live and direct on what we like to call our Thanksgiving episode. This is a weird Thanksgiving in 2020, but it is nonetheless Thanksgiving. And if you want to talk about what we're going to be munching on, what you shouldn't munch on Thanksgiving, what you should keep off your plate, of course.
And who you munching on?
Okay, come on. Hey, listen, we'll even give you a little Black Friday deal. You know, we'll mix it in there because, you know, we're going to be out here shopping. I mean, come to the No Pyro Podcast, man, because we got you covered like smothered. I don't know. My name is Total Mac, a.k.a. TBD Mac, a.k.a. Next Gen Mac. We in the building. 2 consoles Mac, however you want to dice it up. I'm living lavish. I'm living beautiful. I'm in love. I love life. I'm happy right now, man. I'm off work tomorrow, off work Thursday, off work Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So I'm good to go right now. I'm in my vacation.
Well, I hope you are off Saturday and Sunday.
You know what I mean? PS5 controller with one hand, Xbox Series X controller with the other hand. You know what I mean? Staring at 2 subs. I'm living life right now. I'm in the building. Join, of course, with me as always. Swervily, a.k.a. SVS Swerve, a.k.a. Swollen Pal, f.k.a. Yoko Tuna, a.k.a. Young Soundbar. What's good with you, dog?
Poke Boy Entertainment, pause.
Poke Boy Entertainment.
You know what I'm saying?
Don't poke with his yoke, man.
Oh, man. Nuck if you poke, but...
Or live your poke. You know what I mean? I see you.
Yeah, I'm gearing up for Thanksgiving myself. I already got the menu. I was already told what that was. And you know what I've never done is taking part in a Friendsgiving. So maybe I'll try that next year.
Yeah, that might have to be down. I've done it once, but everybody went out to the club afterwards. It was like, I guess tomorrow is the biggest club night of the year. In the house, either drunk, and if you're drunk, you want to be around some food. But that's not the case this year. At least where we are. So I guess the food is the main event. But the Cyberman Swerve in the building as always. That can is getting lukewarm. I know it is. We getting to you. His name is No Chill Drew, aka EGB, aka the Applebee's Don, aka Dollarita Drew, aka shit, that Arizona sound love right now. I'll see you, Drew.
How's it going?
Can I guess the flavor?
Of course.
Arnold Palmer.
Oh, it's not Arizona.
It's not. Okay. Damn, that sounds like Arizona to me. I'm gonna say a Monster.
Oh, no, it is Wegmans Black Cherry.
That's the second week in a row you had Wegmans. Yo, did you fall out with your contract with Arizona? I mean, what happened with y'all?
Well, I've been furloughed by Arizona.
Like, I don't think you had one of those maybe since we was in, before the 100s came about.
What it is I would always go to, the gas station, pick one up. They're $1. So, I'm going to get that. But, over here by my lonesome, I'm going to get what I got.
Hey, maybe you need to make that drive one day just for old time's sake. Just saying.
Yeah, you might have to, because, man, I didn't expect that kind of a swerve today, bro.
Bro, it's a wild cherry, bro.
Don't Matt Riddle me, man. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, that was a Vince Russo right there.
Oh, that was
Seth Rollins will definitely work with me.
Oh, easy. I would ask how everybody's weekend is, but I'm going to ask how everybody's weekend is going to be. We got Thanksgiving coming up in 2 days. Football, food, family. If it's going to be virtual, if it's going to be in person, please, social distance, wear your mask, and be safe and all of that.
Little Zooms given,
Yeah, Zooms given. You know what I'm saying? OnlyFans given. You know what I mean?
Oh.
You going to play that kind of party? You know what I mean?
Are they giving that out for free?
I mean, it's probably a beta code somewhere. So yeah, this week I'm in charge of making the macaroni and cheese. I was last year. I'm thinking about making a dessert. I don't know if I want to do all of that because you got to prep, you got to cook. It's a lot, and I'm already doing that with one dish, and I'm not ready to be given the reins of the man who's going to be preparing probably the most important meal of any year. So I'm not ready for that. So we'll see. I'll give you an update next week. But what do you gentlemen have going on?
Well, I actually just wrapped up a family movie night over here.
Hey.
Where we make a couple, what do you call them, hand food items. So I fried some wings and we made some antipasta. Sister made some steak egg rolls and some chicken egg rolls, and we just kind of, vegged out, watched a couple movies, and that was that.
Man, listen, if anybody knows Swervy like I know Swervy's setup is probably like something equivalent to what you would find at a small Gibson theater or a small AMC. Packed a lot of punch, a lot of power, and when you get in there and you get comfy, you're like, wow, a lot of head nods going on. And the head nods mean, okay, I like this.
Minus the the roaches and the pop spills all over the place.
Yeah, roaches, pop spills. No Regal Theater, no bed bugs going on. But you know what I mean? But that's where it's at. No children.
Hey, I'm looking forward to Thursday. I'm getting that food on, so I mean, I'm gonna get filled up.
No, I didn't really mention what was going on Thursday. Thursday, our menu for right now, I know is as follows: we're doing ham, um, baked mac and cheese, candy yams, and there's another item that I can't recall right now. And I'm sure we're gonna have like some rolls or something, but that's kind of what it is right at the moment. And I'm not a baker as far as desserts go, so I'm gonna pick up something.
You know what you're gonna pick up yet?
You got to get something that everybody likes, so I might go with a pie.
Oh yes, Thanksgiving. Yeah, you gotta just, you know what I'm saying, you gotta do sweet potato pie. If you didn't do sweet potato
pie, I would. I'm not gonna do sweet potato pie because that has to be homemade.
No. Big facts.
And since no one's doing that, I'm gonna pick up another kind of pie that you can, apple or blueberry or cherry, something to go with ice cream.
Okay. Yeah. Nothing wrong with that. No children.
I'm looking forward to the turkey and the ham. Everything else is a plus, but man, I'm looking forward to fucking that meal up.
Breaking news! I just figured the little mystery out.
What's that?
On the game I was talking about before.
Oh, do you figure that out?
Yeah, finally.
So yeah, Drew, you having two meats?
I am.
Like he's like the Ving Rhames of the podcast.
You gonna have a meat in each hand? Damn, man.
Of course. I mean, hey, only the professionals get two meats in each hand.
Don't fall for it. You see where you're taking it.
Some might call that double dicking, but I won't.
Oh my god.
You know what I'm not looking forward to though? Is the obligatory food fight that's gonna be on next week's SmackDown.
Have they done that last year?
They do it every fucking holiday.
I thought they took a year off one time. I wasn't too sure. Maybe
Vince will never take a year off. They'll do something with food.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
What am I about to say? Yeah, they do something with that. With COVID around, who knows? But I is anybody making the 2 plate rounds or 2 household rounds? Or you just eat it with the fam, then you just gonna go scoop something up from somewhere else? How's that working this year?
Yeah.
Honestly, go ahead, Drew. I'm sorry.
Oh no, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off. You go first.
Honestly, the 2 plate. I mean, I'm sorry. The 2 household thing died like many years ago around my way. So now we just lucky to get 2 plates at the same house.
There's an OD at the one house. Yeah, I feel that.
I mean, because you're really not trying to do a whole lot of traveling, like like you were when you were 20 something. Like you zipped to this house after you to fill up your gut and go. It's not happening nowadays. Now you want to sit down and watch a game or something, and chill. So
Right. I feel that.
Yeah, I'm going to my parents' house and then my girlfriend's parents' house, and each household is pretty small, so we don't really have to worry about breaking any kind of protocols. Because we all know the emperor's watching.
important question about Thanksgiving. So what's you guys' start time typically?
3, 4 o'clock.
Okay, that's reasonable. What about you, Drew?
Since I got 2 houses, the first house will probably start around 2:30, and then the second house will probably be around 5 or 6.
Oh, okay, you worked that out pretty good. I've been in some places where people are like, so one side of my family is really ridiculous with it. When they start at noon, I'm like, geez.
Bro, who has dinner at fucking noon?
But you know what though? You be done for the whole day if you eat it.
Yeah,
So
I
it
don't
kind of
know.
works out, but it's not something I could do every single Thanksgiving. Like I want to start at a normal time.
Yeah, sometimes when you go, you have to really pace yourself on that first trip.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, we got to hit up such and such house for round 2. Let me not OD on his first plate.
Yeah, you can't treat it like Texas de Brazil and just act like it's your last life.
Right. Anybody doing any online Black Friday shopping?
I don't know about online, but I definitely plan on at least checking out at least 1 or 2 stores.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna do that. I saw something that said, "Dang, if I wasn't trying to do something else next year, I would have got it." But I'm not gonna get it because it is on sale. But I just it's pretty much not even Black Friday. It's just like Black Friday week, you know, because sales going on all week and probably even a little bit after that. And you have like an extended return policy around this year, so it's really not too much of a hassle if you do have something wrong with it. But just hold on to your boxes or whatever you buy in case you have some problems with things, and you can return it if you need to. But I purchased, as you know, a soundbar a couple of days ago or the other day, and so far I haven't had any problems with it or nothing like that. But it was a Black Friday sale, so you know they taking the need to have to wait for one day because they don't want that rush. So they've eliminated that now.
Yeah, a lot of these companies are doing it like days before the actual Black Friday. So that's me. I'm gonna be taking advantage of that. I'm just around for saw a controller on sale. Might go ahead and get that. Saw some movies on sale. This is around the time of the year where I go movie crazy because
Yes.
it's cheap. And then game subscriptions.
Yeah, maybe subscriptions. I was gonna say if I catch something like that, maybe I might get a couple of those.
Well, you get the Game Pass Ultimate for $22, man, half off.
Yeah.
So I might go ahead and do that 3 month subscription for $22. I think PlayStation Plus has something too. That's like 40 for a year. So I might go ahead and pop on that. And then I just paid $10 for 1 month or whatever it was. So I might go ahead and pop on that too. Who knows? Maybe I'll be getting so many subscriptions that it'll last me into when 2K21 on next gen comes out for WWE or 2K22. It'll be. Doubt it, but we'll see what happens. Um. All right. So moving on to other events in our lives before we go to some wrestling. Real quick PS5 story. So I'm playing I got the bundle, or not the bundle, with the Legend Pack with Spider-Man. So I got Miles Morales and I got the Amazing Spider-Man first one. So, I'm, I'm playing the first one and I'm playing Shocker. So it's like a part where you have to pull down like some beams or whatever and you squish him and he gets arrested. So I think there's like three different beams you have to pull down in order for this to happen. So I pulled down one. At first, I didn't know what I was doing. So I pulled that one down. And then I was like, okay, I get the gist. Then I ended up pulling another one down. And I'm like, okay, let's go for the trifecta. As I'm pulling the third one down, I hear, and my game stopped. My game stopped. PS5 reset, and I got some hardware issues.
Hmm.
Internal storage issues. It
Hmm.
went rest mode and then it reset itself. After it reset itself, I hear a weird noise. And PlayStation comes back on, there's no sound. I'm like, what the hell's going on? So I research, do my little Reddits, do my Googles, you know how that goes. And I'm like, okay, somebody please help me. What's going on? They're like, oh yeah, there's one part on Spider-Man when you get to it, it always freezes up, but then after that you're good. So I didn't play this game for days on end because I'm like, yo, I'm traumatized. I don't want to break. I'm not trying to send this back and wait, the normal, was it 2 to 4 weeks for shipping? I said, well, thank you. So I just went back to playing my 2K. So I picked it up the other day, and luckily it advanced me right past the shocker part. So I was good to go, and I've been good, crossing my fingers ever since.
Hmm.
But Sony, you're gonna have to patch something on this console because damn.
Yeah, PlayStation has been having a lot more issues. Um, that seem like they kind of like launch half baked almost, and I'm just like, what was going on here? A couple things aren't ready at launch and things like that. So I was like, well, sounds like some things could be patched in. Hopefully, they all can. But I've seen something more recently that was something to do with screen flittering. I don't know if
Mm.
that was like a loose HDMI or what, but besides that thing you mentioned with the queue and no, there's a download queue issue. I don't know if you had that problem, but the rest mode issue with Spider-Man, that's also something. And then Spider-Man turned it into like a trash can or something like that. People show certain glitches like that online. I was like, it's still some bugs here that they probably should have like let these consoles stay in the oven a little bit longer before they release them.
Yeah, that's crazy. I was shook when that happened to me. I said, "Yo, I can't live right now." So I was a little. I popped in my Black Ops on the home base console when I was cheating on my Xbox, and Xbox did me good. Um, but before we get on to that, just quick refresh. Spider-Man, the original on the PS5 remastered, beautiful, love it. It's amazing. I will say I didn't think there would be a more a game I would play more than this. But man, that Call of Duty, oh my lord, it is beautiful. It is beautiful. It is exciting, and my speakers do not help the cause of a conversation where you're downing the system or the game. Because man, it's beautiful. I Call of Duty. I'm glad I got that game because winter months. That's when I put them shooters on, some RPGs, and I start doing me. Very good game. 120 hertz. That is running at. Oh yeah, not bad at all.
So you have it running at 120 hertz?
Yeah, because I know you can do two different modes. I'm doing 120 hertz.
Oh, okay.
They say it's a little blur on the X900, which is what I have. I'm
Mm.
not noticing it. But that's just where I'm at.
Do you what mode were you playing in for the Spider-Man game?
I was on fidelity. That
So
I
you
hate
saw,
to
so you seen the
Oh
ray tracing?
yeah, oh yeah. I was like, what do I want to give up? Ray tracing or do I want 60 hertz? I was like, well, I'll do ray tracing, and the ray tracing is amazing.
That's what's up.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, this week is a special week for the wrestling world. Normally, we talk pay-per-views and we talk about why idiots ensued on these cards. But this week, it's going to be a little different because we got to talk about one man who's gone, quote unquote, for the rest of his career, which I don't believe, but whatever. His name is The Undertaker. We'll get to him in a minute. But first, let's get to Survivor Series. Gentlemen, did you watch?
I did.
A little bit.
All right, Drew. We know you're the AEW correspondent when UOP's not here. What did you think?
I honestly, Survivor Series has always been lacking for me for the last few years. There's no big title matches. I mean, they did change their best title on the card, that being the Gobbledygooker became the 24/7 champion. But I mean, other than that, I mean, if you're not going to have title matches, you're not going to hold my attention.
Okay. Swerve, I'm not going to ask you what you thought because you watched, and you watched for the entertainment aspect, as did a lot of us.
No, the
So
matches weren't bad.
matches were not bad. There may be a jabroni candidate on this pay-per-view card. Maybe. So let's go ahead and break it down. Let's get into it. So the card opened up. I didn't know if they were going to open up with Taker or if they're going to open up with a match that.
Oh, come on. You knew better than that.
I'm just saying. Like they normally do, where it's like, oh, okay, we got a big time match. In their eyes, I guess it was big time, but they opened up with the men's Survivor Series match. And
Well, don't forget about the pre-show.
oh yeah, the pre-show, yes.
You
The
can forget
Jobber
it.
Battle Royal.
Miz won the dual battle royal, which I don't know if they're copying AEW with these opening battle royals, but you don't have to do that if that's what you're doing. You're better than that. But Miz ended up winning. I don't know what that does for him.
All it is puts another old guy over a younger guy.
We're calling Miz an old guy now?
Yeah. I mean, in wrestling years. They got younger people there.
Okay. I hear you. I hear you. So Miz ended up winning. Going to the men's on the actual card, the men's Survivor Series match, 5-on-5. It was Otis trying to do his best to help Team SmackDown, but wasn't enough. Seth Rollins, Matt Riddle, Keith Lee, Sheamus, and Kevin Owens, or excuse me, and AJ Styles, getting the victory. Clean sweep for Raw. What do you guys think about that?
It's pretty standard. I think they did it last time too.
I wasn't sure what the point of the clean sweep was, but I'm kind of shocked that nobody got elimination on SmackDown side.
Yeah, that was pretty weird. Didn't get that either.
But I will point out one thing. I'm not sure if you guys noticed. First person eliminated was Seth Rollins pretty quickly. You know why?
Yeah, get him off the card. Get him out of here.
Not only that, but also he does not want to work with Matt Riddle. So get me out of there before Riddle even comes into the match.
So wait a minute, why doesn't he want to work with Riddle?
Ever since that shit that his wife said about the women on the roster, in particular Becky Lynch, he's not working with Riddle, and he's pretty firm on that.
Right. So you stamping them sheets, man.
What's that?
Stamping them sheets.
I did.
All right. Moving on. Tag team action. The New Day from Raw taking on SmackDown Street Profits.
This was a really fun match.
Yeah. Street Profits picked up the victory. Give me more of this. Give me this at Mania. Sign me up.
Well, be careful what you ask for now.
Well, I'm just saying if I want to be entertained.
They might make them fight 32,000 times before then.
I know. I know. And that's the sad part.
The only reason I'm really saying that, and I hate using the word fun, but for a match that I didn't, cared nothing about going into it, they at least held up their end of the bargain on the, match quality perspective,
Right.
And entertainment. So that's all.
After this, it was Swerve's boy Bobby Lashley taking on Sami Zayn.
Wash.
I'm not gonna front. I was a little confused at why Sammy was bitching that he lost. I saw a clean tap from Lashley to Zayn, and I just don't get why Zayn was bitching to the commentary team.
It wasn't even a match, really. I mean,
it's a typical heel thing to do. I didn't lose.
Well, he clearly tapped though. That's my whole thing.
Yeah, but he's a heel.
I guess.
He's a heel, damn it.
Moving on. Match after this was the Women's Championship. Asuka taking on Sasha Banks. And Sasha Banks going over Asuka.
I like this one as well. Wasn't mad at the finish.
Not really surprising, seeing as how Asuka I don't think has even been spotlighted the last few weeks.
But they always make that one mistake by bringing up something right before the match, and that lets you know how the match is going to go.
And what was that?
They did it here again. They said every time they've been in the ring together, Sasha's never beat Asuka. And lo and behold, we knew she was going to win this time. I mean, I kind of figured she was going to win anyway because she just had a victory, but they had to bring that up to folks who weren't paying attention, and then basically gave away the finish by doing that, like they often do.
Well, hey, what are you gonna do? I mean, it was a good match.
No, it was. It was a very good match. I liked it. I didn't feel like Austin was going to tap, but I felt like she was going to lose, and they do what they always do. They go to their old, the oldest trick of the book and do the roll up.
I don't know if that was to protect Asuka, but I mean,
yeah, because she always got that that confused look on her face when she get that surprise roll up on her.
Yeah.
Like you bested me.
Moving on. Match after that was the women's traditional tag team elimination match. Let's stay here for a second. Because what did we say on last week's episode? Well, at least what did I say? That they're doing this Lana shit through the table for some type of payoff. I just didn't know when it would end. And apparently the payoff was short lived because she was the last survivor left in the ring, standing on the steps.
At the expense of Bianca Belair yet again.
Listen, man, the WWE just trying to show us a large picture, man.
What's that?
I don't know. But I'm trying to figure out who the hell is the Picasso at the easel because they're blind, deaf, stupid, and dumb for making us think that.
Crippled and crazy as well.
Yeah, exactly. For us to think that a capable superstar like Bianca Belair should not get treated better than, I don't know, a person who's been put through a table for, I don't know, 7, 8, 9 straight weeks. We got to do better. And I don't know if who's ever in charge of doing better wants us to even do better. But with that being said, Lana capped out. She got the victory. She didn't even have to wrestle at the last moment to get a victory. So she is now, I don't know, the spoils to the rich go to the spoils. I guess that's where things stand with her.
Well, let me ask you something. Do she feel like a babyface to you guys now?
Oh, you on Raw? She did.
No, well, oh, okay. So you're saying after the fact, but not during that particular, not during Survivor Series.
Oh well, I guess you could say that based on how they were treating her.
I mean, not too long ago, she was, telling everybody where they could shove it, and now she's pouting and crying, and you're supposed to just,
I
I don't
find that Rusev is still on Twitter, like, "Hey, my wife's wrestling. Go watch her."
Well, he is doing that, and it just seems like for the women, they don't bother with in-depth babyface and heel turns. It's just, hey, you're a babyface now, go do it.
Get out there and ham it up.
Do you think that they're paying any attention to the women's storylines like they are the men?
No,
Absolutely not. They never have.
Maybe Sasha and Bailey, maybe.
Yeah, they'll always pick like 2, but the other 10 is like just names in a hat.
This is why you're not getting Evolution 2. It's because the company can honest to God give a shit about the rest of the women. They have maybe 3 women on the roster that they care about. The rest are just, interchangeable faces. And I don't mean good guys.
And that sucks because that shouldn't be the case.
That's WWE for you, though.
I feel like we're further away than what felt like we were supposed to be closer when the triple threat main event at Mania.
Yeah, that was the peak, though. That was honest to God, that was the peak of women being equal.
I just feel like the WWE is supposed to be past this hokey shit. But
they won't be until Vince is out of there. That's just the cold hard truth.
Yeah, sucks to hear that and agree with it. But we digress.
I mean, there's a lot of things that need to change, but that's one of the major ones. Yeah.
Oh, for sure. Moving on. Main event. What I think was match of the night and also deserves to be involved in the Jabroni match of the year category Roman Reigns and Drew McIntyre.
You want to put him at the head of the table of jabronis too?
I mean, hell, we're already here, right, Drew?
Yeah. We only have like a month until we're doing our jabronis.
I ordered my head of the table shirt already, so it's in the mail.
I ordered my "Come Here and Win" shirt. That's what I ordered. Show up and win. That's what I got coming through in the mail. Man, this match was amazing.
Well, so for those that don't know, Abby came by this past Sunday and we watched it, and we were both having a back and forth during this match. And I'm not going to speak for him, but I was looking for ways to pick it apart, pick at it, things like that. It was starting kind of slow, and I was, talking about it like, man, I don't know where this is, going to take us so long and not doing many moves. He needs more moves in his arsenal, and then little by little, they start pulling out different moves in their arsenal, and the match picked up a little bit, and it got a little better, and it got a little better gradually. I was like, oh, okay, now I'm into this, So I guess I just wasn't used to seeing them two doing something like this before, or Drew McIntyre, period. Because I'm kind of used to seeing Roman, but just looking at the pace of a match for Drew McIntyre and how one could play out, he did a couple things that I was like, okay, I like that little reversal there, or that spine buster there, or those things like that. So I was like, okay, I guess he takes a while to get going, because at first he's a little clunky in the ring, and didn't think two guys who with limited movesets can make a match like that, like as you say, match of the year candidate. I don't know if I'm putting it there yet, but I mean we do have the greatest wrestling match ever to contend with. I mean, they named it that, so it's got to be right. But yeah, it was definitely. I enjoyed that match. I was not mad at the finish of it. I mean, I knew Roman had to win it. We knew that shenanigans was going to be a part of it. Wasn't sure how they was going to pull it off. I know I think some folks were saying Sheamus. Didn't think Jey Uso was going to be part of that, but hey, here we are.
Well, to rewind a little bit, this is what I have a problem with. So going back to the first match on the main card, where Jey Uso ended up losing, and he shows up to Roman's locker room with puppy dog eyes, where his brother. And Paul opens the door, and Roman comes out and gives a speech like, "If they don't fear you, they don't respect you. And if they don't respect me, they don't fear me. I don't know if you have a seat at the table anymore," or whatever he said, something along those lines. And here I'm saying, why are you looking towards Jey Uso to be the gatekeeper for your table? I mean,
because Shao Kahn has Shang Tsung. I mean, you can't do it all yourself.
yeah, but come on, bro. You can get somebody 6'5", 260. This dude 205 live, soaking wet. I mean, that's like asking Ricochet to, be a guy.
Hey, listen, if you if you want to be in the family, you better get your weight up. My question is, how come Jimmy doesn't have to do all these things?
I don't know if he didn't buy into it. He's like, yo, you're not gonna sun me like this on TV. I don't know, but Jimmy's in the family, so I don't know why he's not doing anything. That's weird. But I feel like if Roman's gonna have a stable, then okay, you add Jimmy, but then you're gonna have to add somebody else. You're gonna have to add a. I'm trying to think of somebody with some stature. Roman's gonna need to find somebody who looks like the Hurt Business. As far as big guys, Shelton Benjamin. Okay, cool.
Disposables,
Disposables.
Bebop and Rocksteadies.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Like, it ain't Jay Uso. I just tell you that now.
Well, I mean, listen, he's in it because he's family, and he needs a boost. He deserves one. But I get what you're
Jey
saying.
Uso is going to be the X-Pac. I'm sorry, X-Pac of this stable.
Yeah, he might as well be. Yeah, that's my only issue with it. But as far as the spine busters and the countless reversals, the interference, the Superman punch, the guillotine that caused Roman to win, this had WrestleMania main event written all over it.
Yeah, I mean, this is Abby and I were also discussing this. This was like we think it's a plan B in case plan A doesn't uh, you know, go underway. But it's definitely money in that match if they decide to do this again, and one of them doesn't have the belt, obviously. And speaking of Abby, this isn't a question, but he did just send a quick Happy Thanksgiving, no pyro crew. May your dinners be filled with sliced bovine meat and fertilized chicken vaginal secretions. That was Abby.
That guy.
Yo, I was about to out him, Jim Jones. You get the hell out. Moving on to the final proceedings of the evening. Mark Calloway. You may know him as the American Badass. You also may know him as Dead Man Walking. But everybody knows him as The Undertaker. 30 years was all wrapped up into about 14 minutes. What did you guys make of the exit that The Undertaker made at the place he debuted, Survivor Series? Even with taking into account Vince all the way up until the end where he does the obligatory arm raise at the top of the Titantron.
Well, that when he got down on his knee, that looked very painful. But then we got holographic Paul, and I was like, oh, okay. I see where this is going.
Did you tear up?
I did not, but they was definitely going for that. They were trying to get some of those digital screens wet out there.
Yeah.
Malfunction. What I didn't get was why did we have all of these other legends come out?
Are we really going to call the Godwins legends?
I mean, in the WWE terms, when you get a certain age, you're just a legend. That's just how it goes. But these guys all came out. Kane came out in full gear, like he was wrestling somebody. And and last week,
off people in Tennessee, by the way, we're in the middle of a COVID crisis, and your mayor's fucking dressed up as Kane.
And last week, if I didn't bring it up, and then damn it, he showed up, Savio Vega. But I didn't get why all these guys came out, and then they were just gone the very next second. I know they can't move that fast, so yeah.
Well,
I didn't even see that part.
Oh, you missed that? Yeah.
They came on when? After Vince?
They came on before Vince. So let me go back to. Let me scroll up here and see if I can find the names. Why doesn't it show the names here?
I do know what's his face was there though. Hank. I did see his full gear. And ever since he hasn't been like full-time Kane, the tires been a little sloppy on my man.
Oh, okay, here we go. So we had Undertaker's fiercest opponent, Jeff Hardy. We had JBL. We had Kevin Nash, Rikishi, Big Show, Shane McMahon, the Godwins, as Drew mentioned, The Godfather. That's the one that I knew about. Savio Vega, Mick Foley, of course, Shawn Michaels, Booker T, Ric Flair, Triple H, and Kane. And I believe Kane might have been the only one in wrestling gear. I
Nigga.
just wasn't sure why. So yeah, they
Uh,
all came out. Then he got out of the ring, and then Vince McMahon was standing there to introduce the Undertaker, and he looked like he had on too much makeup.
He always does.
But I mean, like it's really like evident now. Like HD is not helping him.
Probably because he can't leave his house because of COVID, but he still wants to look tan.
I don't even know if it's that, bro. I think it's just he's putting more skin on. Like I don't know.
More skin on. He takes the skin of jobbers and wears it.
Your skin is mine.
disgusting. Drew, what did you think of the night?
I don't think it should have headlined the pay-per-view. I mean, I get it. Maybe they could have done it on like a Raw or a SmackDown instead of a pay-per-view, but
No, that's the Undertaker, man. You got to go in the way you came out. It's worthy of a headline. It just sucks that there was no fans there,
yeah.
and everybody's expecting somebody to come out and turn on them, and it didn't happen.
Especially when you know goddamn well this isn't the end.
Yeah, right.
I hope it
Like,
is.
He's gonna need a paycheck down the line.
Yes. I mean, come on now. Now, how confident, 100 or percentage wise, are you saying that he's not done?
Well, you got to define done. Do we mean like wrestling done, or do we mean like joint sportscast announce team done?
No, we mean like Goldberg done.
Oh, Saudi Arabia?
Or hey,
I'd say about 85% sure that he's not done.
Oh wow. He couldn't even do the pose, Drew. Like I don't know.
He doesn't need to. I mean, all he needs to do is just come out and just do a few bumps. I mean, and
He's
he
at
can
the
have
point
whoever
now.
his opponent is just bump all around him. Do a choke slam. Guy just has to get up for him, and there you go.
But Drew, you played the SmackDown games, right? Undertaker is starting off in the red every day.
That's fine.
Like,
He just needs to get somebody just do a choke slam from cover. There you go. Keep the music going. Don't even stop it.
Are you saying his whole body is starting off in the red?
yes, he starts off every day in the red before he even thinks about putting on gear. So he should not be wrestling anymore.
Damn.
You saw that pose, man.
Life's Gauntlet. It's a hard ass match to win. Y'all saw the pose. I saw his hairline too. I don't know if he shaved it, but damn, bro, it's time to go. Come on home. I saw it. I mean, it was cool. People say if you're not crying at this, you don't have a soul. I was like, well, that man is a soulless person, so I'd rather connect with that than whatever you talking about.
I don't think it was anything sad. It wasn't like that.
Well, no, when they showed Paul Bear, it was like everyone's dick got hard and was like, oh my goodness, I can't believe it. Wow, he's saying to the Undertaker, rest in peace, and here comes Paul Bear. They were saying it to that, and I was like, well, whatever.
I mean, yeah, that's okay. I think they did that with Mean Gene and Hogan or something like that before, right? I'm not too sure, but what I wasn't appreciating was that 8-bit Nintendo music they was playing when the electricity was starting. I said, "What is this?"
Oh,
They could have did that a little better.
that entrance, by the way, took longer than all hell.
Oh, that was longer than a Roman match.
Yo, I mean, I'm sitting there, and so I fast forwarded through. So I'm like, all right, let me just. That's probably why I didn't see wrestlers coming out. But I'm like, let me just fast forward through because I know this is gonna main event, this the pay per view. And I'm looking at the chunk of space that it has left before the pay-per-view's finished. And I'm just like, damn, that's a lot of time left. And sure enough, he taking his sweet ass time. But I mean, I thought it was cool to see Paul Bear in the hologram.
Yeah.
But
I thought that was a little bit just like, I don't know.
I mean, he only said about 6 words.
I think when you put Paul Bear in the hologram, it's, I don't know. I just feel a little bit slimy there. It's like, I get that he passed away, but it's like, you know, I don't know. I don't like the fact they did a hologram of him. Just, you know, maybe put his picture on the screen. You don't need to make a fucking hologram. He's not goddamn Tupac.
He ain't sell music albums. Damn, Drew.
my man Drew said, "Don't believe everything you read." Alizé and weed.
Oh my god.
But yeah. So I mean, what a career, Undertaker. I mean, the last 20 years of your career, last 10, they were cool. Besides the WrestleMania matches, I don't remember nothing else from them. You didn't win a championship. You weren't even in the picture. You didn't win a Rumble. You will be missed, though.
I'll be back.
Yeah. I was a little disappointed Giant Gonzalez didn't come out, but you know.
You know what?
His greatest opponent.
I'm just happy that this isn't like a moment where we had to celebrate the life of Undertaker because he died.
Oh yeah, absolutely. That's why this should be it.
You know, this is one of those rare moments in wrestling where you can legit celebrate somebody for their accomplishments while they can smell the roses that you're handing to them.
Yeah,
That,
not many wrestlers get that.
yeah, that right there was, for me, he could have fucking jumped off a roof and could have said, "Thank you, good night, New York," and left. That would have been good enough for me to say, okay, you did all you could do in your illustrious career. Thank you. But, you know, for that alone, where we're not celebrating his death or his life because he died, that right there is a feat in its own. So kudos to you, Undertaker. Even though I don't agree with you wearing your little Trump shirts, your little blue stripe shit, I see you out there on your Ric Flair bullshit. I ain't gonna get on your ass today, but congratulations on your career. Overall letter grades for Survivor Series. I'll go a solid B minus.
I'll go C.
I'm at C plus.
Wasn't horrible.
No, not at all.
So that's just where I'm at. All right. That was Survivor Series. Drew.
Yes.
Next with some AEW breakdown.
Ah, some real wrestling. Okay.
All right, now I can go eat.
Damn, rub one out real quick.
You can't eat. This will fill you up.
Pause.
No pause. Let it be gay. Who cares? So
What?
I don't know. Anywho, the night started off with the tag titles on the line. Young Bucks taking on Top Flight, who are an indie tag team that they had called out. Top Flight had previously worked on Dark versus the Dark Order.
Top class security of the world, Craig.
Holla, daddy, like a dead snitch.
So Dante Martin, who is one of the members of Top Flight, became the youngest male talent to wrestle on Dynamite. at the age of 19. So that was pretty cool to see. It was a good match. Young Bucks did come away with the win. After the match, Jack Evans and Angelico attacked Top Flight. Young Bucks chased them away and helped them to their feet. So I'm not sure if that's like an angle that they're going to be starting with those 4 guys, but good match overall. Next match that we got is Orange Cassidy taking on Kip Sabian. This one was okay. Before the match, they started doing like, backstage promos for Moxley and Omega. Moxley was, giving his promo where he did the most low-key "my wife is pregnant" announcement ever. And then, they went to Orange Cassidy versus Kip Sabian. That was okay. Wasn't the best match I've ever seen. Wasn't the worst. Orange Cassidy got the win. Miro immediately came down and took off Cassidy's head with a clothesline. Best friends came out to chase him off. So once again, second match in a row that after the match, somebody gets jumped and has to be ran off. As you can see, AEW has a habit of doing shit like that. Then we go to the segment of the Inner Circle in Vegas. This is broken into 2 segments, but I'm just going to detail them both here because I fucking hated this segment. The first part was fine. They're in Vegas. They're, at the casinos. They're having a good time, whatever. The second part, they pretty much completely rip off The Hangover. Where they're waking up in the hotel room. I think it was, Chris Jericho's waking up in the bed just like hungover. Sammy Guevara is married apparently. Ortiz is throwing Frito-Lay chips at some chickens in the corner. Some of it was funny, but a lot of it was just ripped off of a Hangover, which, it'll be fine if that wasn't a 15-year-old movie. We've seen enough Hangover ripoffs to get it. Hornswoggle made an appearance, so at least he could pay off his least Escalade this week.
Now, Swerve.
Yeah.
Started the preview or the show saying, now some real wrestling. Remember he said that, right?
Yes, I do.
All right. Continue, Drew.
All right. So the next thing that we had was the contract signing between Kenny Omega and Jon Moxley. Omega comes out first in his suit. They're waiting for Moxley. Cameras cut to the back where Moxley's been laid out. So Omega's just left in the ring by himself. He signs a contract, talks some shit, and leaves. Omega didn't act like he was guilty, but, he was kind of accused of it. I don't know where they're going with that. But the next match that we have.
Wait, Drew, before we go to that.
Yeah.
Are we thinking, or do you think that Kenny is going to need to turn heel for this?
Oh, yeah. No, he's already planning those seats hard. I mean, he showed up in an all-black suit. I mean, you don't show up in an all-black suit as a babyface.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, just his ego, the fact that every time he comes to the ring, the ring announcer lists all his accomplishments that he's had in, like, the last, 5 years. Like, it's just a lot of it is showing just that he's getting that head, that ego head.
Oh, I never had that kind of head before.
So, also, he's definitely making it a point that their last match didn't count because of the fact that it was a non-sanctioned match. So he's like, oh, yeah, we're wrestling for the first time. definitely getting across that, you didn't beat me. There's no way you beat me, which is the definitely heel tactic. Yeah, he's coming off as that heel character. So yeah, you're definitely getting that. And when they do wrestle, which by the way, this match is going to be on Dynamite. When they do wrestle, you're definitely going to get a heel Kenny Omega with doing heel tactics.
So I'm probably the least familiar with Kenny Omega out of everyone on the panel. Have you seen his heel work before?
Yes.
How was it?
Better than his babyface work.
Oh, it is? Okay.
That's when he became big. That's actually when the height of his popularity was during his heel phase.
See? Heels rule, man. Heels rule.
Yeah, I mean, they are, of course, referring to the match on Dynamite as Winter is Coming because it takes place in December. So, ripping off Game of Thrones as well in the same segment. God, these guys are making it hard for me. But we're gonna start to redeem ourselves during the show. We have the Blade taking on Pac. We have the Blade taking on Pac with what's his face? Eddie Kingston doing commentary. Now, this is actually something that was actually really funny. Before the break, Chris Jericho came out to do commentary. And it seems like somebody backstage fucked up. Because he sits down, he does commentary. They go to commercial, they come back, Eddie Kingston's at the commentary booth. So it just seems like they're like, oh yeah, send Chris Jericho out. Fuck, we need Eddie out there. So, they immediately just swapped him out, hoping nobody noticed. But we fucking noticed. We fucking noticed.
Tell them, Drew. You watch it, man. You watch it when they ain't.
So yeah, Butcher against Pac. Pac's first match on AEW TV in about 8 months. So this was actually a really good match. I definitely did like the match a lot. Pac did get the win. He attempted to address Eddie Kingston after the match, calling him out. But typical fashion of this show, Butcher comes out, lays him out from behind. They all beat him down. Eddie, Kingston, Butcher, and Blade, that is, beat him down. Ray Phoenix comes out to make a save on Pac and gets beaten down. This leads to Pentagon coming out with a chair, making it seem like he's going to hit his brother with a chair. But he then turns on Eddie Kingston and Butcher and Blade as well.
Another short-lived feud. This is WCW realm right here.
Well, they are rejoining to make that triangle again. Remember, they were in a stable before Pac went away with COVID, and these two joined Eddie. So now they're just revitalizing. Next thing that we have is NWA Women's Championship on the line. Serena Deeb versus Thunder Rosa.
Wait a minute. NWA?
Yes. NWA Women's Championship.
So they're doing joint ventures now where?
With NWA.
Okay.
So Serena Deeb, who is right now an AEW wrestler, holds the NWA Championship. She's wrestling the former champion, Thunder Rosa. This match was actually a pretty decent match, but the best part of this match was our JR quote of the week.
Oh, boy.
So, our quote goes, Tony Schiavone saying, they're having a great time over in AEW Heels community, so make sure to join up. Now, mind you, once again, AEW Heels, it's the all-women's community for AEW. This is obviously talked about during the women's match because it invites female fans to go over and, talk in an area where, they don't really have to worry about a bunch of, neckbeards trying to mansplain them. JR's response, do they do bake sales? Dead fucking silence.
Wait, what did he say? Did I do what?
Do they do bake sales? It's a 3-man booth. Dead fucking silence.
Just being Shivani, just looking at him after he says some bullshit like that.
I just hope Excalibur just puts his hand in his face, going, and I got yelled at for my shit. Like, what the fuck? His shit was bad, but his shit was old. I mean, JR is doing this on a weekly fucking basis at this point.
Listen, man, you can take JR out of Raw, take the Raw out of JR, man.
I know JR isn't gay, but he's probably got a little king in him. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Britt Baker did get involved in the match. Kind of like, distracting Thunder Rosa enough for Serena Deeb to take the advantage and retain her belt. After that, Thunder Rosa went and fought with Britt Baker through the crowd, leading to officials trying to break it up. All in all, pretty decent match. Main event time, we have a tag team match. Team Taz, Brian Cage and Ricky Starks, taking on Cody Rhodes and Darby Allin.
Did Cody come out last again?
Oh, of course.
Oh, my God.
You fucking know it. Pyro and all.
Big ticket draw.
Was it a big fight?
Hard-hitting match. What's that?
Was it a big fight feel?
I mean, Cody always tries to make a big fight feel. Hard-hitting match. Match ended with Brian Cage taking Darby Allin to the top rope and hitting him with a Michinoku driver from the middle rope. Pinning him. Team Taz gets the win. After the match, they continue to beat down Darby Allin, with Will Hobbs coming down for the save, only for Will Hobbs to lay out Darby Allin with the belt and join Team Taz. So that is how Dynamite ended, with Will Hobbs making the most telegraphed heel turn in history. I think that even my blind cat with no eyes could see that shit coming.
I've got my why Hobbs why t-shirt. So,
I saw Taz in the middle of the ring. Bro, you want to be a commentator or do you want to be involved in the storylines?
you wish he could be involved. He want to be out there wrestling.
Come on, man.
Every time he's on commentary, I'm waiting for him to call somebody Cole.
Yeah, he's good for that.
But that was Dynamite.
All right.
Doesn't sound that explosive to me, but hey.
Hey, it was a decent show. I'm describing it shitty. Go check out Dynamite, folks. It'll change your life.
Should I talk to Jeff to get amped about this show or what?
I mean, hey, we always have difference of agreements.
But if it was that great, why you don't sound so, amped up about it?
Because I'm fucking tired today. That's why.
Where'd you just come from, the beating off Olympics?
Pause yourself, pal. Goddamn. No, I came from work.
Well, the bottom line is you came, right?
Jesus Christ. I set that one up for you.
Out of here, because I'll see you go immediately. Lord have mercy. You guys, man. Incredible. So Raw happened last night. And one of the highlights from Raw, we'll just jump over the place with Raw. And we'll get the dirt after. Drew, do you have dirt?
Yes.
Okay, we'll get the dirt after Raw. Highlight of the night was Drew McIntyre's name flub by Adam Pearce. Did you guys see this?
Drew McIntyre.
Drew McIntyre. I think he was talking to, was it Kayla or somebody in the back?
Charlie Caruso, because she said that she almost started bursting out laughing.
Yeah, you could tell it was like he was pissed that he did it. He was like embarrassed. He even apologized. He said, "Oh, I'm sorry, Drew McIntyre." And I was like, "Wow, that's funny." And that was probably the highlight of Raw. Um,
All right.
I mean, other stuff happened. So there was a triple threat match announced.
Mac, why are you echoing all of a sudden?
I have no idea. What
Could
about
be
now?
interference from a PS5.
Nah, not over here, Daddy. Am I still echoing? I can't hear it now. Okay. So triple threat match next week to be announced, where it was 6 competitors, and it was the 6 competitors that happened to be in the Survivor Series match plus one. So it was AJ Styles. Forgot who he wrestled. Orton, and AJ Styles ended up winning. It was Keith Lee versus Bobby Lashley, where I think Keith Lee won,
Yeah, he did.
and then it was Matt Riddle versus,
I don't know, I think, or something like that.
and Matt Riddle beat Sheamus. So next week, number one contender match, triple threat, Matt Riddle, Keith Lee, and AJ Styles.
Now, what were we saying last week? Because it looks like they put the pause button on Sheamus.
I thought, was that you, Drew, who said because he came out with the sword that he would be involved somehow?
I didn't say that.
Oh, well, maybe I misheard.
I
Well,
mean, I'm assuming that, if that's Sheamus's sword, then yeah, he might be involved, but pretty sure that's just a sword you got from Red Dragon, for like $69.
yeah, I mean, I thought Sheamus was going to be involved in some capacity, which he should be, but I guess I was wrong.
Well, I mean, he still might be. He's got to be an opponent, but we thought he was next up, and it doesn't look like it is.
Yeah, but you only got so many next ups until Mania. You got
Yeah,
like,
he could take what? You got 3, 4 months, like to take down a couple opponents, take a couple of one-offs. Yeah, you got enough. Got enough time.
so you're saying that Drew McIntyre is going into Mania as the champion?
Oh, since he won it back for sure, he has to.
Why do you say he has to? Because I don't know.
Because why did you take it off of him right again now before then if you're trying to build a quote unquote star and make a money match somewhere down the line? Why do you take it off of him again?
Because I don't know if a money match with Drew McIntyre exists.
They're trying to make you think it can. They have something in play as a plan B here based off that Survivor Series match.
Mm,
It could be done.
mm. I still, if it's Plan B, don't even give it to me. Because if it ain't Plan 1A or 1B,
I think the only thing that makes it B is the fact if they would do that without fans. The other thing that I think they want to do is with fans, and I think that's the only thing that would stop it. So that's why I kind of categorize it that way.
okay, I can see that. Because I don't see old boy coming back unless his fans there. But he's also um, a progressive person. So I don't think showing up to a pay per view with the state that the world is in is going to be great for his brand. So he may want to just say, you know what, this is cool, but I'm going to go over here. I just don't think Drew McIntyre is number one billing. I've never felt that. That's just me.
I mean, they're doing some work to kind of keep him at the top, even when he didn't have it for that week or so. So I don't know. It's too early of a thing to call now because he just got it back. So obviously, not many people see him that way, but they could.
There's just a lot of questions that sometimes you can't answer. Like, why did they end up giving it to Randy Orton? Randy Orton, I don't get that. I was confused by that, but it happened.
because he hears voices in his head.
I honestly just think Randy Orton had been in one too many lengthy feuds where he didn't win a single. They were all title matches, and he didn't win a single one, and he had to get something. I just honestly think that's all it was.
That could be the case too, unless he's got like what, two more until he's number one.
I mean, like after he had beaten Bray Wyatt, I think he was just like pretty much losing all his feuds until recently. You know what I mean?
Now, yeah, he was. You're right. You're absolutely right.
And then the Edge thing don't really count because that wasn't a title on the line. But all the other championship feuds, yeah, he was losing. He was on the tail end of those, so he had to get something to keep him relevant in order to do whatever he's going to do now. I'm actually kind of shocked he lost that AJ Styles match.
Yeah. I was gonna say something I forgot. Oh well, I was gonna move on to something different. So the superstar known as Lana was on Raw, and Lana, I guess that I don't know if anybody saw this, but she basically gave a "We Are the World" speech where she was just so happy about winning and happy about being on Raw, and started talking about how she could make a difference and blah 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 blah. And it was a match against her and Asuka for the women's championship. Because what do you do when you get slammed through tables consecutively for weeks on end? And then finally they say, okay, we're going to stop that and we're going to give you a push. Well, the push might as well have been off the top of a damn forklift because I watched this match. I knew the result of it if it were going to continue to be a singles match. But then I saw who was on commentary and I said, okay, I see exactly where this is going. They're going to make this a tag match, and they're going to make it a tag match after the commercial break. That's exactly what they did. So it ended up being Asuka and Lana versus Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler, the tag team champions of the world.
This is that, hey, you're new to this department. We're going to pair you with somebody experienced.
Yep, bring your wife for it. Listen in. I don't know. Is that better? No,
No, that's worse.
What about now?
Yeah, it's better.
Okay. Oscar and Lana ended up getting the victory over Baszler and company. I don't know what this means for Lana or Oscar going forward, but whatever. I'm kind of over it.
I have a feeling that she might win the Women's Royal Rumble, Lana. And there's rumor of a way she might win the Royal Rumble that's kind of similar to what's going on with Survivor Series. I'll let you finish, but we can get into that too.
Oh boy. Okay. I was gonna say in regards to that, the WWE, they sure do love making me know which champion is the A champion and which one is the B champion. because just running through right now, Roman is the A.
Was there ever any doubt?
The one I'm confused with is U.S. and Intercontinental. I don't know who's the A there. Bobby probably.
Bobby Lashley's the A.
Okay.
You don't fucking squash your A champion. Come on.
Okay. Street Profits are the A tag team champions.
Are they?
That's tough.
I mean, yeah, they
That's
won,
tough.
but I don't know if they're A.
I think so. They've had those belts for a little while.
Yeah, but I think New Day is going to be the A until somebody shows up that can perform better than them, not only in the ring but also in the merchandise department as well.
Yeah, they hung with them, but New Day has Gears of War gear, man. I don't know if they the B tier tag champs.
I'm just saying right now.
Yeah, I don't see Watch Profits in Underdogs. Or wow, what did I fucking just say?
You said Watch
Street
Profits
and Watchdogs. Holy fuck!
He said Watch Profits and Underdogs. Oh man!
Oh man!
It flowed too, right? Damn.
This has been a long ass week.
Watch Profits.
Sasha might be the inferior wrestler, but she is the.
I wouldn't say that. You're going too far with the inferior now.
To Asuka?
Yeah, she might be a notch below. She gives everybody their best match. How many great Asuka matches have you seen?
Well, I saw two with Sasha Banks.
Yeah. Asuka's matches are mostly good. And as long as she has a halfway decent opponent, she can make it look great.
I think she's.
You can say the same thing about Sasha. So I don't know.
Can you though?
Yeah, you can.
You sure? Because I mean,
who do you have?
Asuka had really good matches with people like Carmella.
No, she didn't. Those matches were trash.
I mean, Asuka had good matches with Nia Jax.
No.
Yeah, in NXT she did.
Oh, you going back to 2008?
I'm going back to their time in the WWE.
Nah, I think they're like close. Asuka has the edge, maybe, but they're very close. It's not like a gap.
I'm not saying inferior as it being a landslide.
Well, the word inferior is degrading.
Yeah.
Maybe you need to use something else.
She's a few notches below Asuka.
I mean, I know the wig looks terrible after the match, but like, you know.
It's not even the wig. She puts on jabroni level matches. She's been nominated, I think, twice so far. I have to go back and listen to see if she's won one. But I mean, you heard me earlier. She puts on a good show. She's got another match of the year, possibly match of the year candidate with Survivor Series match. But I just think she's the better champion. That's the better belt. But I think Asuka is a better wrestler. And then I think that's all. That's it, right? I don't think there's any more champions. So there's that.
Well, he's a 24/7 champion, but
Well, whatever to that. But that's Raw.
do you want to get into dirt then?
Yeah, we can go ahead and best around, throw some dirt on us. We can get dirty.
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
So, as I mentioned earlier, WWE has been kicking around the idea for the Royal Rumble. They didn't mention any names, but they mentioned a way that they think that they can get a creative way of getting a winner in one of the Royal Rumble matches. They've actually kicked this idea around a few times in the past year, but never actually did it. And with Lana, the way she won at Survivor Series, it's looking like they may do this with the Women's Royal Rumble, which is the last two women in that match eliminate each other before number 30 hits.
Oh,
so
God.
basically, the two final women eliminate each other. They both go over the top rope at the same time. And then while they're like, oh, who touched first? All of a sudden you get, number 30 comes out and Lana gets an automatic win doing nothing.
Well,
That for one of their top four?
What's that?
You think they will really do that for one of their top four?
They did it for Survivor Series.
Survivor Series is not top four, Drew. Don't sit up here and tell me it is.
It used to be.
But it's not.
I can see them doing that.
She used to be cute in high school, and now she's not.
Hey.
We all had that conversation.
Hey, just because she's asking you to join her lip sense company doesn't mean she's not bangable, okay?
You know what I mean?
where are we?
So a lot of wrestlers have been told that they can't do Twitches and Cameo anymore. But guess who is allowed to do Cameo?
Who?
That would be the man who just retired on Sunday. Mean Mark himself, The Undertaker. Would you like to take guesses on how much it would cost to get Undertaker to do a cameo for you?
$1,000.
Hit the nail right on the head. $1,000 for each cameo. The next bit of information that we have is Top Flight, who was previously in AEW this past week with a match against the Young Bucks, got signed full-time to AEW. So they will be sticking around. Mike Kanellis, known on the indies as Mike Bennett, popped back up in wrestling as he rejoined Ring of Honor, making a save for his former tag team partner. So it looks like he's going to be sticking around in Ring of Honor for a little bit. I'm not sure if we lost Mac or not. I tried calling him back in the Skype call, but who knows what's going on with him.
Oh, shoot. I didn't even know. I saw his name still there, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, let me go back through this. Ryan Nemeth, who is the brother of Dolph Ziggler, is releasing a new short film called Heels. I'm sorry, Heel.
I would say not to be confused with AEW heels, right?
That is correct. And this short film is going to be about the dark side of pro wrestling, most preferably the sexual assault that goes on behind the scenes. It is going to be a fictional film.
Focus on that?
It is.
Wow.
It is a fictional film, so it's not like a documentary or anything.
Oh, crap. Okay.
But it is actually getting a lot of support from wrestlers. It looks like Chavo Guerrero is doing stunt work. The Miz and John Morrison have funded it. It looks like they may be getting a couple indie wrestlers or even WWE guys to act in it. But yeah, it's been getting a lot of support from other wrestlers who really want to bring attention to a lot of the shit that's come on recently in pro wrestling.
Yeah.
So that's going to be something to look out for. We mentioned last week that WWE, that Zelina Vega was speaking with Screen Actors Guild, trying to help unionize the industry. It seems as though there's a lot of top stars that don't want that and are pushing back. So wrestlers like Seth Rollins, wrestlers like Alexa Bliss have actually been very vocal in, we don't want a union here. We don't want that. Some people on the inside have said that they're coming out and fighting this. to avoid rocking the boat and avoid, getting Vince's wrath. So it's like, let's get in front of this. So if people are showing that they are pro-union, if they lose their spots, that's fine as long as we're not losing ours. So the piranhas are already circling.
Yeah, I mean, that's how it always goes. The people at the top don't want to do that. It's everybody at the bottom.
Sorry, got lost out, boys. I missed my phone died, so I missed the Undertaker OnlyFans cost.
It's $1,000 on Cameo.
That.
I also mentioned, I'll just repeat it for Matt because he wasn't here. Ryan Nemeth, who is Dolph Ziggler's brother, coming out with a new short film called Heel, which focuses on sexual assault in pro wrestling. It's a fictional movie, but it does focus on a lot of stuff that recently came out with a lot of wrestlers, and has been getting a lot of support from people in the industry, like Chavo Guerrero doing stunt work for it, Miz and Morrison financing it. So that's going to be something to look out for.
All right.
Charlotte, we have some Charlotte news.
Hey.
It looks like her absence from WWE is not 100% for cosmetic purposes. She recently... What's that?
Andrade got her knocked up?
No, not yet. So she recently signed with Vayner Sports Agency, who works with a lot of sports figures and a lot of wrestlers as well who are looking to get into the Hollywood scene. And it looks like she's trying to get aspirations into Hollywood. And if she does that, she would be looking at more of a part-time role in WWE. So if you got a movie and you're looking for a woman who looks oddly like Ric Flair, you got one with an agent who's looking to work. But yeah, there is no timetable on Charlotte's return because it looks like she's looking to do things outside WWE and not just wrestling.
Marine 28, here we come.
Should be Jane born.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, don't even fucking joke about that shit. She's the new Bond. She puts on a terrible English accent. Impact Wrestling has been teasing the return of one of their former wrestlers, and a former Impact champion. Would you like to guess who they're teasing as a return to Impact?
Wade Barrett.
AJ Styles.
What?
So they've been teasing this. In particular, Gallows and Anderson have been teasing it. Now it's looking like the payoff on this is going to be Hornswoggle spoofing AJ Styles. So Hornswoggle getting double the work. Looks like he can switch from a single wide to a double wide. Shout out to midget wrestlers. Glad that they're getting work again.
They're little people, Drew.
They know what they are. They literally call themselves midget wrestlers. That's literally what they classify themselves as. And by the way, that type of PC that you're doing, that's the reason why it's been so hard for them to find work, is because promotions get so much shit for putting, quote unquote midget wrestlers in their company that they go, well, fuck it, we're just not going to book you. And that's why a lot of them have had a hard time getting booked. So, I know that the PC culture thinks that they're getting a win by taking the term midget wrestling off of the flyers, but really all you're doing is just keeping people from getting work. That's just me. Last thing, WWE filed a new trademark this week. and is a trademark for Dean Ambrose. They surrendered the trademark back in August, and oddly requested a trademark for the name and branding. So people aren't quite sure if this is an indication that they're looking to just do it for purposes of royalties and merch, or if they're looking to try and get Dean back home. But that's all I got.
Back. Yes, that'll be telling.
No, I'm not sure how long his contract is with AEW, but I can't imagine that he would go back to WWE unless they had like some kind of creative control in his contract. He's not coming back to do the same shit he was doing when he left.
Well,
do we have anything else for this podcast?
No, I was just gonna say, I mean, if he's still champion after him and oh my god,
Kenny Omega?
yeah, I do this every week. After him and Omega wrestle, wouldn't he be like the longest reigning AEW champion?
I think he already is, but yeah, I mean, mind you, I don't think he's going anywhere. I'm just talking shit just to, hype up rumors. I really don't see him going back to WWE, and I think that the trademark is just their way of making sure that AEW doesn't take it out from under them and start, referring to him as, the artist formerly known as Dean Ambrose or something. Or the Dean Ambrose killer or something.
Oh man, wouldn't that be something?
Artist for me though.
Swervy, did you have anything else for this episode?
I did not.
Yeah, neither did I. It's not a lot of news this week. I mean, do we know who won the Undertaker bracket?
Actually, no, I didn't catch it.
It was Shawn Michaels versus Shawn Michaels. That's as far as I got.
Let me pull it up right now.
I will say shout out to all the new listeners on our YouTube channel. All 262 of y'all.
Yeah, boy.
Need you to subscribe though.
Please subscribe.
Okay, so we do have a winner. And it is Undertaker versus Shawn Michaels, WrestleMania 25.
You know what? And he said that was his favorite match. So I knew they would pick that.
It is kind of crazy that him and Shawn Michaels at, each of those two WrestleManias were in the finals. I think that Undertaker versus Mankind and King of the Ring going to the Final Four was kind of, dumb as shit. But, once again, that I think that match is overrated. But
I guess they had to have some variety, but it's their fault for putting on two classes back to back like that.
Yeah.
Well, hey, Jeff Hardy making it to the final was dumb as shit too, but yeah.
There's no reason that's a fucking 1 seed, by the way.
Is there anybody that thinks Undertaker's the greatest wrestler ever?
I'm sure there is.
I think Undertaker's the greatest character ever, not the greatest wrestler ever. Does that make sense?
You put him in your top 5.
Characters or wrestlers?
Wrestlers.
No.
Top 10.
Maybe. If we decide to revisit the listing and decide to do another list episode, we can explore that. But I'm not ready to say that he's in my top 10 without actually thinking about my top 10.
Swerve, Taker, your top 5?
Nah, he's had too many horrible matches.
Don't forget, in his prime, like when he first came into WWE, he was still wrestling in the way of, doing those open-handed uppercut things as punches. There's no way I'm giving Matt the best wrestler of all time.
Yo, I hated this shit. Those loose-ass gray gloves. Oh, my God. Ugh.
Yeah, I'm not fucking giving that the greatest wrestler of all time.
I'm trying to think he's in top 10.
He might be top 10. I would have to explore it.
But that's okay as long as you are able to put on some of the greatest matches of all time.
Yeah, I mean, he has some of the greatest matches of all time. He has some definite classics. But looking at who he was wrestling and the matches that made it deep in this bracket, Shawn Michaels definitely helped out his career a lot. Let's call that out real quick.
Is he better than Triple H?
Undertaker?
Yeah.
Not wrestling, no.
Okay. All right. I just wanted to make sure, man, because you like to shit on my man Hunter a lot, man. So I had to know where you was at.
No, I don't. I just, when you get delusional talking about he was the leader of GX, that's the only time I correct you.
Better than Shawn, and yes, he was
Not
leader.
sure.
Wait, did you just say Triple H is better than Shawn Michaels?
Yes, I did.
I'm going to hang up on you now.
Drew, he said that nonsense before.
What fucking planet do you live on where Triple H is better than Shawn Michaels at anything?
Oh, the overall, if he was, okay, WWF, okay, Shawn Michaels. WWE, like the entertainer, like the F is a wrestler, like, cool. WWE, like the whole mic work, crowd.
Shawn Michaels is better than him in there too.
No, not a chance.
Shawn Michaels is better at banging coworkers than Triple H, and Triple H bagged the boss's daughter. He's better than Triple H at everything.
No, the only category I'll give Triple H against Shawn Michaels is promos.
You think that Triple H is a better promo?
And Matt, well, not Matt, but grappling. Come on, now. Better grapple wrestler.
Oh, get the fuck out of here, dude.
Drew. A pick that everybody's doing now. Come on.
Listen. Triple H needed the right opponent to have a good match. Shawn Michaels determined if that match was going to be good or not. No matter who he was in the ring with. If he liked you, this match is going to be a classic. If he did not, guess what? This match is going to stink up the joint. Shawn Michaels decided that shit. Opponent had nothing to do with that shit. Nothing to do with it. Whereas Triple H, you couldn't put him with a Goldberg or, a fucking Brock Lesnar and hope to have a classic match. He needed the right opponents. So you're not going to tell me he's better than Shawn Michaels. It's not fucking happening.
Triple H is the Shawn Michaels what Jay-Z is to Nas. Nas got signed by Hov.
No, Triple H is the Shawn Michaels as Jay-Z is to Soulja Boy.
Shawn at NXT because of who? Shawn get them calls for the Hall of Fame because of who? That's all I need to know. Can't be better than your boss, man.
I think it's time to end this podcast.
Oh, you made me fucking hot. Okay?
Drew, I'm just saying. We can have that conversation a little bit later. But I'm just saying, in my opinion, you know what? Let me correct this. I enjoyed Triple H more than I did Shawn Michaels as a superstar.
It's just because you got around to it late, like you do everything else.
Yeah.
You know, you're not the first person to say that, man.
Where there's smoke, there's fire.
Shawn Michaels is a better wrestler than Triple H. I will say that. I'm not stupid. But everything involved, no, yeah. I'm just saying. I've never heard the crowd pop for Shawn like when
If
Triple
you're
H.
going off accomplishments, yeah, he accomplished more outside of after wrestling. Yeah,
When
not going
when have you heard the crowd pop for Shawn Michaels like they did when Triple H came back from the injury when he had the jean jacket with the H on the back?
That's one pop Triple H had out of all his career in wrestling.
That's all. I want to know that,
Yeah, and
man.
that pop went the fuck away the next week.
Like Shawn Michaels had loud pops. Way, yeah, come on, man.
All right, man.
Triple H had never
Triple
got
H
that
is a one sledgehammer
after
pony.
2002 or 2000.
Come on, man. That man Triple H so good, man. He in charge of the talent, man. Come on.
He's in charge of NXT. Get the fuck out of here.
Come on, man. Shawn, man. You know what you was doing, man. You shouldn't have been haggling in the back. You shouldn't have been boning them coworkers and drinking too much or cursing people out, man. Come on, Shawn. Let's talk about it. Drew. It's all right, man. Ladies and gentlemen, enjoy your Thanksgiving. Do not, and I'm talking to you, Drew, talking to you right here with this one. Do not forget to set your fantasy lineups while you're overindulging in canned cranberry sauce.
Do I
Don't
face
be
you
that.
this week?
Huh?
Do I face you this week?
I don't know if you do or don't. I'm just giving
Yeah,
you
I'm
some
facing you
heads
this
up.
week.
You are? Oh shit, you're right. Damn, you got a good ass team too. I might get fucking thwarted. Let's see if you got somebody going Thursday. I think you don't. Oh, you do. You got the defense of Baltimore. Good luck.
Yeah, both my defenses have terrible matchups this week.
Yeah. Well, please gift me a win, man. That'd be great. But don't forget to set your fantasy football lineups. Because a lot of people tend to forget. And if you're playing turkey trot or football, be safe. Don't break a leg. Make sure if you do break a leg, you got your earplugs. Tuned into the livest podcast around. It is a No Pyro podcast. Hit us up on Twitter under No Pyro Podcast. Hit us up on YouTube. Continue to listen, but don't just listen. What else do they need to do, Swerve?
They need to subscribe.
You know what I mean?
Listen if you can. Subscribe if I let you.
Come
Shout
on,
out to
And we
man.
will let you. We will let you.
Come on, man. We need to give off another raffle for subscribers on YouTube because we did that for Twitter. Subscribe. We got to get us up there. We talk a lot of shit on this podcast. We like to see the corners of your mouth turn up. You know what I mean? Anyway, my name is Total Mac. For Swervy Lee and for No Chill Drew, this is the No Pyro Podcast. Have a safe, enjoyable, food-filled, for some of us, a very long weekend. And we'll see you on the next go-round. Doses.